Mr. Chair, I'll probably be able to support the staff recommendation because it is limited. But I would just make one other comment, and that is you tell me that you're sending people to do work that they're not trained to do.
That has happened. I will say in the past, not today.
Okay.
The first thing I did when I came on is we did a hazardous training for everybody. So the first thing I did was safety training. And then we started into technical training. So I will say in the past, people have gone into the field representing the state who haven't had, I would call, adequate safety training.
Okay.
So is that a motion for the staff recommendation? Or if you're not comfortable, I'll okay, so we have a motion and a second. I'm glad to hear that you are moving on this issue and making that change. It is an essential change, and I'll support the motion. So we can vote.
Bloom?
Aye.
Bigelow? Gordon? Aye. Patterson?
All right, we're going to move back to the
Williams.
beginning. Aye. We're going to move back to the beginning of the agenda. We have all right, we're going to move back to the consent calendar. We had item 3600 that we'll hear now. Thank you for your patience. Why don't we proceed?
Good afternoon, Mr. Chair, members. My name is Gabe Tiffany. I'm the Deputy Director for Administration for the Department of Fish and Wildlife. And the proposal before you will allow the department to accept an increased level of federal funding available for sport fish and wildlife restoration programs. And I'll leave it at that and be able to answer any questions.
All right. Mr. Patterson, was this your issue?
It is. With respect, I'll note that Mr. Bonham's not here.
That's probably because it was a consent calendar item.
I can understand that, but I know time is of the essence here. Two issues that I want to deal with. The stakeholders in this, first of all, there's the repeated concern about those who have to pay into this and the particular fund that it goes into. These are constituents that hunt, they fish, they're working people, they live in rural areas. They cannot often get to a 3 or 4 hour drive to participate in public forums. This is a request that you've heard, I think, repeatedly, that sports folks have been asking the director and the commission for over 3 years to webcast the commission meetings, as well as our committee meetings, which include the Tribal Committee, the Marine Committee, and the Wildlife Resource Committee, so that people have a chance to take a look at what you're doing and what you're doing with their money and what you're doing with the Pittman-Robertson money. I'd like to add the budget language here that we require the department to webcast the Fish and Game Commission meetings. Public has a right to see this. That's my request.
Okay.
Second request. So you're proposing to spend an increase of $13.5 million. Again, I want to note for the record that the people who are footing this bill, these are gun owners, these are hunters, these are fishermen, and that the purpose of these funds are for conservation efforts, hunters' education, shooting projects, and programs. How are you going to use these funds to promote such activities as hunting and other activities for which these individuals are significantly paying?
Thank you. I'd like to pass on the director's regrets he couldn't be here. He's drawn out of town, but he has wanted me to pass on his willingness to discuss with you the issues that were raised in your letter and anything else that you're wanting to discuss with him. But as far as the increased federal funds, those are available for the Wildlife Restoration Program, which is management of wildlife habitat areas, which provide hunting opportunities. So that does provide some direct benefits to hunters. Sport Fish Restoration Program, the same thing. It's sport fish habitat restoration provides additional fishing opportunities. So those funds will directly benefit anglers and hunters.
Yeah. The reason there's an increase in the funding is due to increased ammunition and gun sales. And I'm reflecting constituents who are legitimately upset and concerned from up and down the state, not just from Central California. They're concerned that these funds are going to be offloaded to assist the non-lead ammunition ban. According to finance analysis, that will result in the decrease in hunting opportunities and hunters. This is a recurring complaint that we hear regularly. So I'm concerned that the Pittman-Robertson money being used for activities like the lead ammo ban will decrease the amount of hunters in the state when the intent of the fund is to promote those very types of recreational activities. So my ask on behalf of them is, would the department consider, and would this body consider adding to this matter budget language requesting that the department report back to the legislature precisely how it is using those funds, where it is spending it, and some kind of a line item accountancy for the use of those funds, so that the people that are concerned about this have an opportunity to look at and see where you're spending their money.
We have no problem providing information on that of that nature, depending on the specific request and the whatever language comes out of this.
Well, again, I'm not sure this is necessarily the place for all this, but I wanted to put on the record the concerns. Would like to ask that if it's possible to incorporate into this budget language the requirement to webcast the Fish and Game Commission meetings. I think that's just a very reasonable, transparent, open government kind of requests. Is there interest in this?
Yeah. I have to agree that it's hard to understand why you can't televise meetings in any way. And webcasting would be sort of a basic.
I appreciate that. I'd like to add that then to the language of the bill.
Well, I agree that we should probably across the board have meetings like this at a minimum webcast. But there is a cost involved. We don't know what that cost is while we're sitting here today, and that's where I'm kind of stuck on this.
Yeah, I would ask that be held open so that we can look into those issues of cost and other challenges of getting those meetings webcast.
Okay. Based on the department's request, we'll hold this item open.
The full item. The full item before us.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Sure.
Which then I'm suggesting then also that the second request about the language that report back to the legislature, we're holding open for discussion.
We're holding the entire
matter.
item open.
Thank you.
Quit while you're ahead.
Thank you.
I'm sorry. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
All right. Our next item is issue 8 from the vote-only calendar. It's the high-speed rail budget change proposals. Welcome. Just collectively thank everybody for sticking around. We're going to be thrown out of this room at 1:30, by the way. So let's.
Oh, we won't hold you up.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Jeff Morales, High Speed Rail Authority. We have. I just want to confirm both of the items were held open. Is that correct?
Yes.
We can make this really quick.
Well, but let me answer Mr. Morales' question first. Both items being, we have issue 8. What's the other item that you?
We have two requests. audit and the on reappropriation.
Yes.
They're okay. They're both in the
Right.
same
They're
item.
both pulled together. With
so-
respect to the auditor positions, I mean, if there's willingness to move that, I'd like to move that.
Okay, so well, let's, before we do that, so your question is, what do you have to address right
Right,
now?
exactly.
So only the one issue.
Okay.
Well, for my purposes, it's the reappropriation. Unnecessary for the auditor, unless you want to hear it. It's your privilege.
I'm happy to just briefly describe that if you're interested. But if you're,
I
No,
think
the,
we're ready to vote on it.
yeah, that's fine.
I think we're ready to vote, so.
If
let's
that was a
just-
motion, I will second on the
So
auditor.
we have a motion on the auditor. Let's vote on it before this meeting gets
Bloom.
out of control. Aye?
Bigelow, Gordon, Patterson.
Aye.
Williams. Aye. And then the rest of them, there's the.
The balance of the issues you can address now.
Okay, sure. The remaining item regards a reappropriation of funds that were appropriated in 2013. This is for the ongoing statewide environmental approval, preliminary planning, preliminary engineering design work associated with the remainder of the high-speed rail system. That work is underway. The funds, it's all scheduled to be completed at the end of 2017. There is a balance remaining of 145 out of the original 145 million out of the original appropriation. We are seeking a reappropriation to ensure that we can, in fact, complete the ongoing work that is authorized and required under Proposition 1A to conduct this work.
Thank you. Are there any additional comments? Any public comment? Mr. Patterson, do you have any questions?
No, I'm fine with, obviously, the answer. The project, without expected funds to complete the entire thing, remains an outstanding matter of some concern. I just wanted the opportunity to hear the two and to split the vote.
Okay.
I appreciate it.
Is there a
Thanks.
motion?
I'll move approval.
Second?
Bloom,
Aye?
Bigelow, Gordon, Patterson. Williams. Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Issue 16, Public Utilities. Oh, no, it's the wrong issue, 16. Who's PUC? Did they leave? It appears the PUC may have left inadvertently. Why don't we, while we're seeing if we can track them down, we'll move on to the remaining items that we have here. Issue 20, Conservation Corps. See if we can find it. All right, please proceed. So I think we just need a short report on this.
Cliff Notes.
Yes, exactly.
I did look it up. Cliff Notes are still in existence, although I don't think they exist at UC Berkeley. Again, we're back here.
A colloquy on that one.
We are respectfully in disagreement with the LAO's recommendation to defer the site search and funding to do the site search at Napa and the residential site search at Pomona. And just want to make one thing very clear is this 8 residential site expansion over a 5 to 10 year period, really the residential core members, if all plays out as planned, would replace the 623 residential core members that we currently stand at, would increase to 1,173, an increase of 53%. And the non-res almost proportionally would go down from 914 core members to 569 non-residential core members. And again, the reason we feel these are so strong are we've tried to outline additional information about why this is important. And we feel that deferring this plan, this $100,000 to do a site search at the Pomona site and $200,000 to do the next step of the site search at Napa would not derail, but certainly slow down the process for our expansion of eventually 8 residential centers in the state of California.
All right. Thank you for your report, Mr. Williams.
I'll move the item.
Just let me make sure there's no public comment. All right, we have a motion and a second for the staff recommendation on this. Let's vote.
Bloom,
Aye.
Bigelow, Gordon, Patterson, Williams.
Aye.
Thank you. Thank you, members.
Number 32, we inadvertently passed over that earlier. It's this one, right? Okay. Welcome.
Hello. My name is John Russell. I'm a Deputy Director with the State Water Resources Control Board. Would you like to hear 32? No?
Yes, in brief. Oh, I see. It was, yes, I guess. Well, if there's interest on the dais in hearing it, we'll hear it. Otherwise, we can proceed to a vote.
I'll move that. Proceed to a vote.
All right. Let's vote.
You have to say. Who seconded it?
I thought I heard a second.
Are you seconding?
Yeah.
He's abstaining.
All right, we have Mr. Williams made the motion. Mr. Patterson, I'll second it. All right. Thank you.
Bloom,
Aye.
Bigelow, Gordon, Patterson, Williams.
Who's the 16th?
What's
And
our next
then
item?
33.
Agenda item 33, the next item, also Water Resources Control Board. Do we need a staff report, a presentation? Then
Actually, I don't have a presentation. You previously heard our presentation, so
we did have a presentation on this previously, so if there's questions. Do we have any members of the public who are here to speak on this item?
Robert Gore from the Gualco Group on behalf of Kings River, Modesto Irrigation, Kern County Water, Imperial Irrigation, the Wine Grape Growers, and today Western Growers Association. My apologies from the caboose, and thank you to the committee, and my apologies to the staff as well. We continue to be opposed to this 8% increase, which will be added on to a 9% increase that's already been put forth for next fiscal year. We feel these costs are rightfully borne by responsible parties and bad actors. We continue to work, the stakeholders do as we have for the past 2 years with the Water Board. We're continuing to try to get them to develop a fully accountable and justifiable program, but asking ratepayers to, on a regional program, to bear statewide costs is not appropriate. Thank you.
Thank you. Does the Water Board want to respond?
yeah, we do not bill individual fee payers for their individual product or projects. We're not a fee-for-service type of setup. We do these fees on a statewide basis, so we balance our fees on a statewide program, running them at that level. We do feel the fees are justified based on our existing backlog workload, and as Mr. Gore said, we do have a very substantial and robust stakeholder process. We met with him after the last assembly hearing. Like he said, we didn't come to agreement. We're still talking. We have a couple more stakeholder meetings coming up before the fees will be adopted in September. Those are formal, large stakeholder meetings, and we're always willing to meet individual stakeholders pretty much at any time.
All right. Thank you. Are there questions? Mr. Patterson.
You have a huge, huge backlog, 44-year backlog. You've been given a lot of money. How is it possible that you still have a 44-year backlog?
Amanda may be able to answer it more briefly, but it's basically just a staffing issue and competing priorities.
So Amanda Montgomery with the State Water Board in water rights. So the water rights program and the permitting and licensing, our core regulatory program, has had fairly consistent staffing since perhaps the 1960s. We have had a large increase in the number of filings that have come in. We've had more applications come in. More parties are changing their water rights. A lot of that has to do with drought security. Parties want to add reservoirs, so they have storage in place to withstand future droughts. We have a lot of parties that are seeking to switch off of groundwater. We heard Fresno earlier today talking about that. So we just have a large demand of work product moving through, and we've had a not adequate level of staffing for a long time, so the backlog has slowly built up, and we're really looking now to address that and provide better customer service and act more quickly on parties' actions.
Okay, thank you. Appreciate it. One of the reasons I did want to pull this up is to reiterate, you have suggested that you have a stakeholder group and all. I can just tell you that the stakeholder groups that I represent do not consider that outreach has been open and effective, and there is Imperial, Kings River, Modesto, others up and down the areas I represent and others represent, and agricultural interests, Western growers, others who are absolutely furious with this BCP. And with that kind of level of stakeholder difficulty, why do you just blow past that and just force this on them anyway?
We have the best stakeholder process that we have right now. We're always looking to improve that, certainly. If there's groups that we haven't reached, we're willing to reach out to them. But right now, as I said, it is a workload that we have, and there is a need for it, and this is the way for us to address that workload is through the BCP process.
All right. I appreciate the opportunity. Is there, Mr. Chairman, I see somebody from Western Growers. Is there an interest in any more public commentary? Would that be appropriate?
I'll just, I believe they just said something. I would want to say something as well. I mean, I did represent the Kachuma Operations Maintenance Board as their president. I've had experiences with how long these processes take. I actually feel like funding can help reduce the backlog. I mean, you know, the worst dynamic of this sort that I think you see in the state is when people are displeased with the backlog so that they want to punish the agency with less funds, and then the backlog, of course, just grows. So I'll move the item.
I'll second the item, and I have to bring this to a close. We have 11 minutes to finish our agenda and clear out of here. Or please less.
One other concern that has been raised, and one of the reasons I wanted us to have this conversation, is that if, in fact, you're going to do this kind of double fee, double taxation, that for goodness sakes, you have a very clear accounting of where you're spending it, how you're spending it, what are you getting done? Are you, in fact, moving these permits along? I respect Mr. Williams' point with respect to if you can't do the work, you need some more people, but if you still don't do the work, then there's going to be some who pay 8% now and then are going to pay another 9% on top of that, who are going to want to step back and say, well, wait a minute, show us how you're doing this. That I would appreciate that in the language.
You've exceeded your 30-second request, so I'm going to press on here. We have a motion, and I'll second that, if I didn't already.
Bloom.
We'll proceed to vote. Aye.
Bigelow. Gordon. Patterson. Williams.
All right, we'll hold that open. And our next issue is number 35, Department of Resources, Recycling and Recovery. If you'll rush on up here. And you've waited all this time, and I think you don't need to make a report unless there's questions. Is there a
Move
motion
staff
on this item?
recommendation.
Second?
Mr. Chair, for the record, and I realize time, and I'll be concise. As we indicated, this position, as previously presented here, this is one staff resource to respond to findings and recommendations by the state auditor relative to fiduciary oversight and programmatic oversight of the city-county payment. With all due respect to the LAO's recommendation, simply pulling out a $10.5 million expenditure, while she's correct that it is 14% of the structural deficit, it represents less than 1% of the overall program expenditures. The only way that we effectively address beverage container recycling reform is in a broader context of holistic reform.
Thank you for the comment. We have a motion and a second.
Bloom,
Aye.
Bigelow, Gordon, Patterson, Williams.
Aye.
Holding that open, and we are now going back in time to number 16. The Public Utilities Commission Spring Fiscal Letter on Rail Safety Staffing Increase. Again, this was an item that was on vote only unless there is a need to have a staff report.
Move staff recommendation.
Second. Let's vote.
Bloom,
Aye.
Bigelow, Gordon, Patterson, Williams.
Aye.
All right, we'll hold that open now. I think that concludes all of our items.
So we just need to go back.
We have to go back and add on votes. We need Mr. Bigelow, who's not leaving, and Mr. Gordon for that. But Mr. Bigelow will be happy to take your votes now. Oh, and magically, there's Mr. Gordon just in the nick of time. What happens if he doesn't vote? We have a motion. Right. The motion would fail then.
I'll ask for that then.
Okay.
I'll vote against it. Ask for reconsideration.
We have one motion you can make.
Do you want to just announce that? So I'm asking staff to just run through the items that need to be addressed now. It'll be more efficient that way. We've got 6 minutes.
Are you still, do you have any
Issue 8, new motor voter program. Staff recommendation is to approve as budgeted and adopt trailable language requiring the Department of Motor Vehicles to implement a one-step voter registration process by July 1st, 2017. Issue 8 to
Issue 8
be
on the
heard.
Department of Motor Vehicles on the items to be heard.
And Mr. And then Mr. Williams.
This is to adopt it so that they don't go one step.
Yeah.
And the one step is where aye.
Issue 10, there was no motion made about the spring fiscal letter on driver's license issuance.
Move the adoption of the spring fiscal letter.
Second.
Bloom,
Aye.
Bigelow,
No.
Gordon,
Aye.
Patterson, Williams.
Aye.
All right, that passes 3-2.
I think you're next, right? Yeah, 20, I've got.
Can I do 20?
You can do that. Well, 20.
Issue number 20 on vote only, expansion of residential centers. Bigelow.
No.
Gordon.
I'm sorry.
Issue
Issue
20,
20,
vote
expansion
only.
of...
Oh, on vote only.
Yeah.
I apologize.
Gordon?
Issue 20, vote only, yes.
My next one is
So then I've got a lot of vote only. Go ahead and do that.
Issue 32, State Water Resources Control Board, High Speed Rail Authority expedited permitting. Bigelow? Gordon?
32.
The vote only.
Vote only.
Yes.
That's 3-2. That item's out. Issue 33, Water Rights Permitting and Licensing Augmentation, State Water Board. Bigelow?
No.
Gordon?
Aye.
That's 3-2. That's out. Issue 35, Department of Resources Recycling and Recovery, Beverage Containers City County Payment Program. Bigelow?
It's a no.
Gordon?
What is
To deny.
to deny? The motion to deny?
Yep.
Yes.
Gordon, aye. That's 3-2. That item's out. Issue number 11, under Air Resources Control Board. Excuse me. I misspoke. The Aliso Canyon Multiple Department item, issue number 12, with the added LAO recommendation to have limited term positions for the PUC item. Bigelow?
Yes.
Gordon?
Yes.
It's out 5-0. Department of Conservation, Oil and Gas Studies. Bigelow. I'm sorry, issue 13.
13.
Yeah.
Abstain.
Gordon.
Yes.
That item is out.
Can I?
Issue 15, also Dogger, test-sensitive gas pipelines, AB 1420. Bigelow.
Yes.
Gordon.
Yes.
That's out 5-0. And lastly, on mine, California Coastal Commission, local coastal programs. Bigelow. Issue 16.
Issue 16.
Mm-hmm.
Give me a moment to.
Sure.
I have a number of ones. I didn't do them just for Bigelow. I just
You don't need to vote.
So can I call some?
So Bigelow, yes.
Bigelow, yes. Gordon.
Yes.
That's out 5-0.
Vote only issue 8, high-speed rail audits. The question was split. Motion was to approve as budgeted. Mr. Bigelow?
Which issue was it?
It's the audit part of high-speed rail. Mr. Patterson was an aye on that. Okay. Mr. Gordon?
Yes.
The second part of vote only issue 8, high-speed rail reappropriation of funding. Bigelow?
No.
Mr. Gordon?
Yes.
Issue 26 on the regular calendar regarding service quality at PUC. Bigelow? The motion was to approve as budgeted.
Is this the biogas?
No, I'm sorry. This is the service quality
It's
issue.
25.
I'm
Issue
sorry, it's 25. I miswrote it.
You said 26.
I
Yeah,
did.
you did.
Quality, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So then we did no.
Okay. And Mr. Gordon? It's 2-2, yeah.
Since we have a motion, I'm going to vote no, but I'm going to ask that we put this for reconsideration.
Second the motion.
All right, all those in favor? Or do we need a roll
No,
call for?
no, 2-3. It's motion fails and put back on the,
No, but we have a motion for reconsideration.
for a different hearing, right?
Different hearing, yeah.
For a different hearing. Yes, we'll put it on the agenda in the future.
Okay, do we need a roll call, or can we do a voice vote on that?
Without objection, yeah.
Thank you.
Okay.
Third pass.
On the biogas study, issue 26, Bigelow. Yes. Okay. I think I need to check with him on. Oh, I'm sorry. Then on, did you call 16? 6. Vote only issue 16 regarding rail staffing. The motion was to adopt spring fiscal letter. Bigelow. Gordon. Yes. Patterson. Okay. Great. I think I just need to check with Mr.
That's it. We covered everything.
I think so.
Thank you all for your patience.